Hello, hi, it's us, reading with June, and we are on the couch talk. Um, why are you
Yes, we
looking?
are.
You are.
We are.
So, what's your name? What's your particulars? What's your license? What are you about? Who are
My
you?
name is Big J,
And you are.
Little J.
And so, what are you doing here today?
We're going to talk about a subject.
You're going to talk about a subject. Is that what you're
Yes.
going to do today?
We'll talk about four subjects. 3 or 4.
All right, so let me cut the chase. We are here today to talk about a summary of what we've been doing for the past 3-4 weeks, and then talk a little briefly about one of our books we've read in the past few weeks. It's been interesting to me, and I think it's a good life lesson for kids. And so I'm looking forward to have a pleasant discussion with the kids today as they take us back on a journey on the topics we've done recently, and we talk about them. So kids at home, oh, we have pleasant Chibuma. Hi Chibuma, how are you? Good,
Good.
good. So we have Chibuma joining us today. That's so cute. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. Did you enjoy your holiday, Chibuma? Yeah, so she's back. And so I just want to ask Big J. So, what are the topics we've done recently that we're talking about today?
Did
Big J. Big J.
we
Yeah.
did names from Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
food from Zimbabwe,
Mm-hmm.
and greetings from Kenya.
Greetings from Kenya. That's good. So we've traveled around 3 different African countries, and we've used it to compare us, or me, that I'm a Nigerian. And I'm looking forward to have all the different countries going through this food. For instance, we're looking forward to invite somebody from Nigeria to talk about names, not me, a Nigerian. Somebody else coming from another place to talk about food, to talk about all the things. But today we just want to have a good summary and wrap up what we've been doing, and so that the kids would, get that back. So, Jed, big D2J, right? Tell us what you remember about names before I shoot to Chuma to tell us. What do you remember about names?
Like names from Ghana are like Ya and Yao. Yao is the one for the boy and Ya is the one for the girl.
And which day is that?
Thursday.
Oh, because that's my name.
And there's one on Tuesday, but
Okay, so now in Ghana, names are children are named by the days of the week. So you have 7 days of a week, Sunday to Monday, Sunday to Saturday, and so each child, male and female, is named by that. And when there is a cross name, assuming there are 2 Mondays in class, they use the name and their surname. And assuming they're the same surname, they have to find out another way of doing it.
Or like big like
way.
we do Big J and Little J.
Okay, so they will do small Monday and big Monday. Exactly. And so for you, what did you take out of that?
We should live up to our names and we shouldn't call people bad names because it's right to live up to your name, but you don't want someone to live up to a name like Pig. That would be not good.
So we should live up to our names. Oh, that's interesting. That's very good. And so, Buma, can you remember the topic names and tell us what's the meaning of your name again and what you learned from that broadcast, if you can remember?
So, my name means, so Chibuma means God is my beauty. And this one thing I remember from the Cat Talk about names is that if anybody like calls you a name you don't like, just like say that you don't like that name and like stand up to them.
Yeah.
Very good. So if somebody calls you a name that is not, always stand up to them. Don't call in. Don't accept the name that is not yours, and don't allow anybody to call you a name that you're not defined by. So as you go back to school, I'm trying to do all this summary because school is going to start soon. As you go back to school, remember, live by the name you're called. Don't allow anybody to call you a name that's not yours. And when somebody does, stand up to them. Ask them firmly, what name can I call you by? That is not your name. And if they are still continue to be rude, always remember, report to someone in authority. Report to someone high up. Okay? So report to someone up there that can take up the case and deal with the person involved. Do you understand? So, Little J, what can you remember? What is the meaning of your name, and what can you talk about names?
My name is Beloved of the Lord.
So how does that translate to living every day?
Like, you should teach others about Lord's and
So you should teach others about love, and you should love others because your name is love, beloved. So I beloved you and I loved you. So you should also pass. So what happens if you are not loving others? What happens? Are you living your name? No. So you are not living your name if you are not loving others. So good. Let's quickly go over to food. Oh, who remembers food? Josiah, can you remember food? What's your best food? Unmute yourself and tell me your best food. Unmute yourself. Josiah is going to tell us his best food. Where is he? Okay. What's your best food? What's your best food? Pardon? You were talking, I heard you. Come on. Don't shy away, Josiah. Come on. All right, he's not going to say it again. So let's go to Little J. What's your best food?
my best food is spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Ooh. This is off court. Now, what's your best African food?
Rice.
They love rice, right? Or white rice? They love rice. Okay. So what's your best African food?
Oh,
forget. Boma, what's your Latin chips? Oh, that's interesting. Boma, what's your best African food?
My best African food is rice with carrot stew.
Ooh, that is my delicacy stew. That is my. If you want the what's it called? If you want to learn how to make the carrot stew, you have to inbox me because that was my original recipe. So thank you for that. I love eating carrot stew too. And so for me, my best African food was introduced to me by my friend.
Ooh.
And it's oha soup.
What's
Oha soup.
that?
It's an Igbo soup. So Chibuma will know it. I love it because I like spicy soup and it is spicy. And so that's why I like it. And remember, what was the country we did food from? I think it was South Africa. Zimbabwe. So tell us about Zimbabwean food.
There's more piney worms, which are worms that live in trees. That was my fact.
Okay.
And they eat it with sadza, which is fufu in Nigeria. And sadza is made of maize meal, which is a bit like corn. And you can have roast corn and like boiled corn and things like that. So I just named 3 different foods.
Yes, you just named 3 different foods. So, Triple Mom, has she left anything for you to say? Can you remember? Can you remember anything we learned on the day of? Okay, yeah.
Mazondo.
Mazondo. What's Mazondo?
It's cow.
Cow feet. Wow, that's good. Triple Mom, can you remember anything about the Zimbabwean food we learned about? Not really. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So, have you eaten cow food before? Yes.
I think I have, but I can't remember what it tastes like.
Yes.
Have I?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've eaten it in pepper soup a lot, and we've eaten it in soup. And the Igbo has a special delicacy. Look at she has a special delicacy that cow feet is used for. Is that not ukbobi? Am I right? And it is really, really delicious. And so, yeah. So that is interesting about food. And we talked about food from my perspective as a Nigerian, and we exchanged our notes in terms of we had Auntie Uma with us, and she told us about some of the food from Igbo land too. Can you remember some of the food she mentioned? We talked about ukbobi, we talked about haha soup. What else? Eba.
Oh yeah.
Gary.
Our friends made a song about
and
granite.
So we have okra soup and banga soup and egusi soup and black soup and granite soup and oh gosh, Nigerians are just foodies.
And so they're just full of soup.
They're just full of soups. Okay, Mama, tell us your best food.
No.
What?
Your best food.
I
think I've asked you before. Any other best food you have?
Yes, you've asked me before.
So what other best food do you have? The ones mommy cooks for you that is real Nigerian food.
Not pizza.
Okra soup and gari, right? Oh, she's laughing. All right, well done, kids. And we didn't just talk about food, we also talked about snacks. So what are the snacks that she told us are from Zimbabwe? Those insects that
that's what I said, mopani worms.
Mopani worms, that they can be eaten as snacks. And in Nigeria, we have the termites. She also confirmed they eat termites too, which was interesting. And so you can get those ones and eat them. And then we have a lot of pastries.
Meat pie.
Oh, yesterday we had puff puff. We visited our Ghanaian friend and she made us Ghanaian jollof rice. And we ate puff puff and it was brilliant to eat and enjoy Ghanaian jollof rice. Thumbs up, although she asked Jamie to judge whether the Nigerian or Ghanaian was better. She refused to say, but when we were going home, Jamie said, anytime, Nigeria. Don't mind, I think she was just anyway, Ghanaian and Nigerian jollof rice, we are sisters and we love our food.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of them.
I like Ghanaian puff puff better.
You like Ghanaian puff puff. Okay. I told her that the Nigerian one is more stretchy. Yeah. So but it was the Ghanaian one looks like more buns and puff puff, but the Nigerian one is more stretchy. So I'm looking forward to eating my Ghanaian puff puff this afternoon because we brought some home. If you want to join us, knock my door and we'll be ready to share. Anyway, so our next country we drove to was
Kenya.
Kenya. So what did we talk about in
Land
Kenya?
of the giraffe.
The land of giraffes. Okay.
The land of trees.
The land of trees. Okay. So what did we discuss in Kenya?
In Kenya, they're like greetings.
We discussed greetings. Oh, so can
And
you?
she talked about Zambia. And in Zambia, have Wasati knew them to greet their husbands or to say something.
Okay, so she compared Kenya to Zambia, and they had more ways of greeting.
I learned.
What?
Yes, that's right.
That's what she was to say.
We never ever shake with our left hand. You had to shake with our right hand. So you do this,
Okay.
and then you shake hands with the other.
So if you meet an elderly person, you don't shake with your left hand dangling down. You have to put your left hand across your right hand, and then you bow and shake. Wow.
And then you can bow your head, but you don't.
Yeah, you can bow your head. Okay, so I'm getting some greetings. Look at you, Mama. Okay, Joshi, I want you to practice it. Joshi? Joshi? Raise up your hand. Raise out your hands. Okay, so you raise out your right hand. Put your left upon it and bow. So, Puma, when you leave here, go and greet mommy like that. And say good afternoon, mommy.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, ma. Okay? So that was an interesting thing we learned about Kenya greeting. Okay, now that you've learned how it is done, what are the words that they say? Can you remind me a word how to greet in Kenya?
Omosi.
Omosi. Omosi and Omoti. Okay.
Omoti is for some far away and some closest. Omosi.
Oh, that the fact that you remembered one. Fantastic. I give you a medal.
Yay!
Jed, can you remember any greetings from Kenya?
Omosi.
That's Swahili. What's Swahili? Yeah, you're talking to the camera.
Say it.
Yes, say it.
Say it. You say.
So if you want to greet in Swahili, which is the general language for Kenya, you say Jambo. So you say Jambo and you greet and you enjoy greeting. What is Jambo? Jambo is hello.
Hello.
Hello. And what's the reply? Can you remember?
Jambo.
Jambo.
Jambo, 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 jambo.
Okay, so we just had some refresher courses on greeting in Kenya. So, Buma.
I remembered one.
What?
Kwahili. Oh, yeah, Kwahili.
What's Kwahili?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Is it goodbye? Okay. I need to go back to the past recording to confirm that. But that is the key to remembering. So, Buma, can you tell us one greeting you learned from Kenya today? You're muted. You're muted. Oh. You say the words. You say the words. Jambo. Jambo. So you just said hello to us. Jambo. So
Jambo.
All right. So what else? So that is us talking about what we've learned for the past 3 weeks. It's been very refreshing. Next week, we hope to bring another country's perspective, whether Nigerian or any other country in Africa. This morning, Jamie came to me and Jamie said, we've not had anybody from the north of Africa. I think that's my next project. So if you're watching this video and you are from the north of Africa and you want us to discuss about you, your culture, and your people, please get back to us. And if you're from any other part of Africa and you are interested in discussing and teaching the kids, just opening a window of your culture to the kids. You see, they are the observers. They still remember what happened 3 weeks ago. So please, it's a learning culture time. Come around, inbox us. We want to share the African culture with the kids out here to teach and enlighten people that we are proud of who we are as Africans, and we are delighted to share our culture with them. Delighted to share our food, delighted to share our greetings. and delighted to share who we are because we are proud, lovely people, aren't we? Yes, and based on that, remember there are 52 countries in Africa. So I am expected to invite at least 52 different individuals
Whoa.
on this program.
Wait.
What?
And Asia is the biggest continent.
Is it? Well done, Brainy. So we are expected to bring at least 52 people, 52 individuals, 52 adults on this program. And that's it. Because the adults are the ones that are talking about the culture they grew up from.
But what if we have a child?
Now, if you're a child and you live out there and you know so much about your culture, Jeremy just challenged me. Please inbox me and we'll bring you aboard and we'll talk about your culture. And because of how vast Africa is, the different language, the different people, the different culture, one big thing that is necessary is unity. And we read a book this week or last week, The Storyteller. It was a book from Morocco. And one thing the storyteller taught me, Morocco is also a country in Africa if you don't know. one thing the book taught me is the ability to work together to face a common enemy. Can anybody remind me the enemy that was in this book?
The genie.
The genie was the common enemy. And what did they do together? They stood up together and they fought the genie. And the question is, Africa, we are again on the stage of the world and we are facing a lot of genies. I just want to encourage my brothers and sisters out there. We need to stand together to have one voice. What's wrong with her now?
I just wrote your very
motivational speaker. Stand together with one voice and fight the genie. Yeah. The genie can be anything. Kids, as you're going to school, I would encourage you to stand together as team members. You'll be put into different teams by your teachers. And I'm speaking to Big J, by the way. Yes, you'll be put. Chibuman, I'm speaking to you. In your classes, wherever you are going to be put into teams by your teachers. Remember, teamwork is more important than trying to win the race all by yourself because you want to be the winner at all costs. Teamwork is more important than everything. As you're growing up, learn the attitude of working with your sisters. I'm drumming it to both of you. Teamwork.
Not like that.
One of the pillars in my house, we have 12 pillars we live by. One of the pillars in my house and the middle one is called unity. So you need to learn to live in unity. Just a brief summary of the book. The people of the land had a fountain where they take water from. And everybody comes to the fountain to listen to a storyteller. After a while, they got used to listening to the storyteller and they decided it's time to live their own individual lives. What happened? What happened?
The storytellers went away.
And
the water went away.
Good. The storyteller disappeared and the fountain water dried up and there was nothing. And so the only thing they had was a storm and a growing desert. Because what happens is once you lose and you start taking things for granted, you take school for granted, you take your mommy for granted, you take your daddy for granted, you take your brothers and sisters for granted, you take your friends for granted, what happens? You start losing faith and you start losing things. A very important lesson for me, don't take anybody for granted. And that's a very important lesson for you. Do not take anybody for granted. Don't take what you have for granted. Don't take your school uniform for granted, nor your shoes or your pencils. They are very important. You know your pencils can get upset. What happens, Chibuma? What happens when your pencil is upset?
It breaks.
I asked Chibuma. Nah. so your
It
pencil breaks. Thank you.
It also
Your
happens
pencil.
in Korea.
Yeah.
Someone wrote about it in a book.
Uh-huh.
The day the crayon suffered to
The day the crayon got upset because you were taking the crayon for granted. So don't take anything for granted. But immediately the boy searched for the reason why things were happening. He got a storyteller, and the storyteller reminded him to drink and also to share. What happened to him? Did he do that immediately?
No.
And whenever he drank alone, what happened?
Yeah,
The storm rose.
Oh yeah.
The desert storm rose. Whenever he refused to share. But at least at the third time, the boy realized that he has not been doing it. What did he do then?
He shared it with everyone.
He shared it
Wait,
with
no,
everyone.
he didn't share it with
He
everyone.
shared.
He poured it into the fountain, so then
Everyone said, okay,
Yeah.
good. So he
Yes.
poured it into the fountain, and everyone went with their own brass cup and they took out of the water because the genie said he was going to destroy the land and turn it into a desert. And so, boys and girls, you need to share what you have.
Yeah.
Because until you share, it does not grow. Don't hold tight too much to what you have. I'm not saying don't keep what you have. If something belongs to you, it's yours. But whatever you expected to share, don't hold tight to it because it doesn't grow bigger until you learn to share. You understand?
Yeah.
And so what happens? They shared the first time and there was water in the fountain. The water was increasing. And the genie came back again and said, I'm going to destroy you. What happens the second time? They took more water and they kept drinking and they kept drinking until the fountain was overflown with water.
And then it started gurgling and then it went all over the TV.
Exactly. So that's the power of unity. You're working together until we destroy the genie. So I'll go back again. Kids, you're going back to school. Remember the power of unity, the power of not taking anything for granted, the power of sharing what you have, and most especially the power of being yourself. The boy went out to discover who he was. African child, discover who you are. Be proud of your identity and make sure you are proud of sharing it. I gave you guys an assignment a few weeks ago. I said, teach your classmates one greeting from your country and tell them, can you greet me with Bawoni tomorrow? Or greet me with Jumbo tomorrow? Or what?
Or Carol.
Or Carol. Or
Not
Carol.
really a Carol.
Oh, Carol.
Like it's your friend, like Carol.
Carol.
Or Miss Grown Up.
Chibuma, what are you going to teach them in school? Your greetings.
I'm going to teach them how to say Ibolachi.
Ibolachi. And so what is Ibolachi?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good. So and when you do that, you need to come and tell Auntie Joan what they said, okay? So you teach them good morning means Ibolachi, and I need you to please greet me with Ibolachi just to make me feel amazing. What's he feeling like? So thank you, kids, for joining us today. Daddies and mommies, brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, everybody out there. It's been Reading with John Cow Talk on our summary talk today on what we learned so far. So I'm looking forward to my African brothers and sisters to come around in unity and share with the kids around the world about our culture. Just a little bit at the corner there. We are proud of who we are, and we want to say we want you to know us. Share our food, share our experiences, share our language, share our greetings, share who we are, because that's who we are, and we want to share it to the world. Yeah. So, can I say bye-bye now?
Bye-bye. It's past time at 20. How do you say goodbye?
Odabo.
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 Odabo. Chibuma, what is bye-bye in Igbo? Your next assignment. So Odabo, Amari next episode, meaning that I will see you in the next episode of Reading with Joan. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.